Okay, so this is going to be a long video. Some of this stuff may or may not be in the same listing. I think the Rapido printer is going to be in a separate listing, but this is going to be a video about my grandfather's darkroom equipment. What I was able to grab from my dad's place. I think the enlarger is still at his place. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is. And actually, maybe I should have looked into some of these before I started making this, because I may just make a separate video. This is a timer light. And maybe what else? Well, first, as you can see, there's the Rapido printer LD37. And these are some. There's the manual and some, I guess, little things that go along with it. I'm gonna plug it in. I have a video of just plugging it in, and something's churning in there, but I've never used it. I don't know if it works, but it moves when it's plugged in and turned on. As you can see here, this is in this container a whole bunch of trays, darkroom trays, I guess, filled with the solution stuff. My grandfather had a darkroom in his own apartment, and he had a really whole nice setup. There might be pictures of it. There's an old picture of it, but the one that's like in the 70s. The one I remember was early 2000s, late 90s. So this stuff. Now, as far as how much it's gonna be, I'm still thinking about that. Honestly, I may just either ask for offers or give it away to somebody who knows about darkroom things or an interested collector. Because my grandfather had a whole lot of negatives that he was scanning, and then I'm gonna try to get into scanning them or pay someone to scan them and then start promoting them online. I have some videos public about some of his greatest photos, but of his photos that were scanned, I'd say like maybe he scanned like 10%, 20%, maybe 30%, because there's so many negatives, and many of them may not even be too good. There's a lot of jobs he did, actors, actresses, just portraits, which could be like a whole separate project where I try to create a Facebook group of, hey, is this your relative, or do you know anybody like who's still alive? Who's this? I could give this print for free, but that's a whole nother separate thing. Anyway, I don't even know what this is. There's a bunch of them. And there's another one in here, smaller one. Alright, let me see here. Small little light box. There's a couple more of those. Yeah, what is this? It says Kingpin? I don't know, some kind of thing where it spins, I think. Could this be the base of a pot spinner? Like one of those, or the clay spinners where you, that's what I'm guessing it is. So I think, I'm not even sure if this has anything to do with darkroom equipment. I'm gonna test this out later, maybe in a separate video. Alright. That's, this actually might not, so I'm gonna include this in this video. My grandfather has 8mm film and a projector with a couple of smaller ones of these, but I may keep this and still need to use it, or maybe not, I don't know. So this is probably going to be sold in a separate listing. This is the condenser lamp house type D. And nice segue to no, this is not side. Yes. All right, so these are different. This is for. Yes, these are probably going to be in a separate listing. Maybe with this is a concave, convex. Oh no, this is flat. So this is probably another lens. Put that back. I think one of them is cracked on the edge. I think it was that one. This one is concave. There we go. See that? Let's see if we want to crack. Oh, this one. Oh yeah. Okay, so look, see on that edge there, it's cracked. Again, I haven't tested any of this, so it's going to be sold as is. Ooh. Oh, there. Okay, yeah. Wow, yeah. So this one is like a huge contact lens. It's like a thick one, like filled in. It's concave, and then there's another one that's in here. Wow, this is crazy. Huge magnifying. Let's see, and it's kind of cool. Okay, so yeah, this will all be probably in its own listing, but this is an overview because I'm going to make maybe one big listing for anybody who's interested in everything darkroom related, including the Rapido printer. Just buy in bulk, pick it up. This is C760 modular system, rapid shift glasses, negative carrier. So this is probably attaches to something for the enlarger where, and then the light turns on and it goes down, I guess, and onto the paper, and then you're in the dark room. I was just guessing. It sucks, my grandfather. So I was born in 1992, and what I remember was he, I think, renovated the area, turned it into a kitchen and a bathroom in like the early 2000s. And like in the 90s, maybe like 97, he was starting to get into digital, buying Nikons, the first like D10s and stuff, which I've sold, or I have it listed. Some of them I have listed still as like just a bulk on eBay. But I do remember being in his dark room before that, when it was, although, no, maybe, I have some kind, I definitely have a memory of being, of course, in his apartment when I was a little kid. But as far as the dark room, yeah, I gotta think. No, I definitely remember because he had a timer. My dad has it, a different timer that my dad's definitely gonna keep that I remember seeing. Um, but it would have been nice because when he got into digital, that's when, then yeah, he started making more digital stuff. So I never really learned any of this, which in some ways, looking back, kind of sucks because the quality of pictures from, let's say, the 60s and 70s that are on film, and some of the 90s, because he took some film photography of pool billiards um, and just family photos and just miscellaneous photos then too, in the 90s even. Those are of higher quality, especially if you scan them with high resolution scanner, than the old digital. Although some of that old digital, it has a unique look to it. But again, so I'm selling all of this or giving it away depending on how much interest this is. There's in this because let me get to this one. It's a whole project just to look through his negatives and scan them and promote them, possibly sell, share, either through Facebook, X, or some other social media platform. Is this a light? Aristo. Yeah, cool lights. Alright, so I'm gonna keep this inside and wait to plug this in. I'm finished looking through everything. There's a box I haven't really looked through. 12 minutes. Okay, yeah, so this is already, I mean, at this point, if you're watching, probably a collector, or you know about film photography, you've been making film, prints, and probably have a dark room and stuff, so you might already get the idea. There's just more stuff here. I'll go through these. I don't know how useful these are. They're kind of old. Same thing with these. What does it say? Kodak. Ooh. Kodak Stylizer 30. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know if this is even worth using. If it's even anymore. Kodak S2 activator. But it might be interesting for a collector. I just don't feel like throwing it away because, and this one's kind of cool. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to sell this. But I'll put this to the side. It's a nice little timer. I have a timer though, but this is just kind of cool. And it comes with, well, it doesn't have the, oh no, this is made for enlarger, safe light. So this is made for darkroom stuff. What is this? I don't know. Industrial Timer Corporation, Newark, New Jersey. Wow. Cool. So, let's see here. This is a halogen light. This is not for sale. I have a lot of these old lights, and I'm going to keep those because I'm actually using one of them. And lights, halogen lamps, incandescent bulbs, those I think are going to become rare and rare with the whole LED movement. And I'll be honest, LEDs, when they first started promoting that, I was like, I don't know, LEDs, the color, it's the white light, that's kind of feel weird, you know, it's like, feels like hospitals are like that, and it just, I don't know, it's kind of eerie, the lighting, the color. And then I looked it up, and this is around the time I was getting into photography. The color, there's like a whole, I think it's, you could look it up, like the color accuracy compared to sunlight. Incandescent bulbs are closer to that of sunlight than LEDs. And that's why hospitals, and especially maybe like old hospitals, look, just when you're inside, it just feels eerie, it looks weird. On top of that, I also found out LEDs, when they start to die, and even when they're not dying, because the way they work, they could cause micro seizures in some people. And some of the older ones are hard, or you can't even dim them. They're not dimmable because they start flickering. I think the new ones or the new halogen ones you can. But I have dimmers all over this apartment. I have incandescent bulbs. I'm not sure if it's affecting my electric bill in a positive way because I think my electric bill is going to be high anyway. I'm in the middle of New York City, so. But having a dimmer is really handy. It's even just for the psyche too at night. It's like, but anyway, that's a whole another argument. And to finish that topic, I've heard Denmark is putting red lights all over their highways, which is like, in the way it looks, I saw the picture. That's awesome. I have a feeling it's going to take 100 years in this country. So. Looks pretty good. So let me try a couple lights over here. This on. Turn this on. Ooh, okay. So this works. This is a Kodak. I don't even know what this is for. What does it say? Tungsten. Is this a safe light? I don't know. It could be a safe light for when you're working in the dark room, but I have no idea. But it works. And I'm going to put it just in this pile for now. Let's see this one. Yeah, I'm not sure, and this has got a little nick there. I'm not sure if these are safe lights or what these were used for. Kodak darkroom lamp. Yeah, it might be just a light for working in the darkroom. Yeah. Okay, cool. So these lamps. Yeah, I actually have a room in this apartment that I really wanted to invest in my time and just like get into film and print some of these out, because I even heard, because I was looking into archiving them digitally and saving them, and I've heard the more I've learned about digital archiving, and there's like NAS and stuff and cloud storage, and that some of the well, first I think HDDs are better because they don't fail instantly. SSDs, although faster, fail instantly, I was told. And this does turn on, but it's all messed up. So, and I just cracked some of it, just loosened it up. Okay. So, yeah, I've been trying to basically just digitize everything and then just do that cloud storage and a whole bunch of backups of HDDs and then just put stuff online and sell them or just promote them. Like I've seen Facebook groups post historic photos and stuff. Some of those don't say, don't show anything, which is really my motivation for all of this. But at the same time, he has so many cool stuff. Just to post it on there for historical purposes would be awesome. Where am I? That's that. Oh no, there's some more stuff in there. Okay. Oh yes, these. There's a bunch of these. I'm not even sure. I can look them up, of course. I'm probably going to reverse the image search all of these and then maybe make separate listings, separate videos, and make a price for them. But But since I started this video, before I get all that, I might as well finish it. So I'm not sure what these are for. Keep on over there. Static plastic filters for. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I'm gonna guess these are filters to apply. One thing about black and white photography, I know even when editing in Darktable, just even changing, you could still, in some ways, I think you could still change the colors. It'll still be black and white, but when you mess around with the hue, I don't know, the shades will kind of look different. So this is literally the more manual way of doing things. And my grandfather, one thing that makes his, well, I don't know if I should divert to, no, I'll keep it, this video on these products. You could look on my YouTube or on my eBay or a website I'll make eventually that will show my grandfather's greatest photos through prints from Tribeca Printworks, and then eventually some of his darkroom prints, which are genuinely rare and genuinely of his own making. And he had a style that he learned and studied, well, not from Ansel Adams himself, but just the books he read and the way he made his prints. So you can see that eventually. The more I go through, okay, yeah, these aren't gonna be for sale. Halogen bulbs. I'm not gonna sell these. These are on there for panel paper safe light. Okay, I think this is for here. So yeah, I'm not sure what these are. Those are there. One more of those things. These little cylinder, whatever these are. This is a light box. I'm actually probably gonna. Well, I'm gonna definitely put it in a separate listing. These are 2 light boxes. I think this is another safe light. This is a square safe light. This is a light box. I'm going to put in a separate listing with other light boxes. It doesn't have a bulb, and I don't know if I should test it right now. Well, I'll test it later. So this here. So that's all included. Anything else? Cylinder stuff. I've got a bunch of lights. I think definitely gonna make a separate video. I already have a separate video. Actually, I might make another one. Let me see. What's this? Yeah, I'll include this. And so, what is this? Yeah, this is a long video. So if you're at this point, if you're still watching, then I'll leave a comment, see if there's anything worth here. If I should sell this, or what do you think about this? This is kind of interesting. I have no idea what this is for. Just for 17 volts. I can't even guess what this would be for. Right now. 200 seconds. Could this be? I don't know. But this is whatever it is. You know, in a reverse image search this, but it looks pretty cool. Again, it really sucks. Like, I remember my grandfather around the time, just before I think he started getting into digital, he was a super, and he was making these little, what are those things? I was just a little kid. He made this little, what's it call it? It's like a little helicopter thing. You just cut a piece of paper, you fold it a certain way, and you could drop it from the top of like a 5-story, like in the middle, like you'd be inside the building, and it would just drop, and it kind of fell down. And then just remember, he has old photos, a lot of old family photos. So that was around the time, yeah, he started getting into digital, and then so just started putting all this away, and got into Nikons. He only used Nikons, and was it worth it? I'd say, I mean, in some ways, yeah, because he got to the point where he had a Nikon Z6 and just, he didn't, I think at that point, that's when he started, well, he got cancer and he passed away. So I think that's, at that point, he slowly, you know, he didn't take some of his best pictures. The best photos I think he took digitally was with the D750, maybe the D500. He'd got into like HDR too. So I'm not sure what this is. This is South State Precision Timer Omega. Okay, so another timer. This one's pretty cool, actually. Safeway. Yeah. Wow. Ooh. I'm not gonna test this out. Well, maybe I can with all these surge protectors I have laying around. Well, I don't think I can. I don't know how to test that. So I'm just gonna leave this to the side. This. Ooh, okay, wait. You know what? This is a lens. I'm not, okay, there's things I have to plug in and test that are on the table, so I'm gonna start doing that before I open this up. I think this is the lens for one of the enlargers. So. And again, I don't have the enlarger, so I may ask my dad for it if somebody's really interested in everything. They already have their own enlarger. I'll just go in this box. I think this is another safe light filter, and this is a piece of glass. Shit. Look at this, New York Post, March 21st, 2006. Big van, 5. Alright. So this is a piece of glass for maybe the enlarger, I don't know. But it's in here and it'll be with everything. And then this is a little bit of plexiglass. I think a second one for this. Alright, so I'm going to start plugging things in. Let me get a light bulb. Test out that light box. Hold on a second. Alright. Maybe this is perfect. This is a vintage light bulb. Probably not made for this light box, although it's small. 7.5 watts. So I'm just gonna open this up. Alright, so let's see if this works. Ooh, it does. And it's not made for it. Wow. you'll get it anyway, and it obviously works. So you could put a better light bulb in there. I think you could fit a regular size one. Yeah, you'd have to because obviously not a little light like that. It's not designed for this. All right, so this works. But this will be in a separate listing, or I guess altogether, if anybody's interested in all this. What else? What should I test? I'll put it plug in the printer. So again, you're gonna hear it churning. It's running. And that's as far as I know. This is the switch on and off. This is the Agfar Gervart Rapido Pick LD37. Good. Oh, what's this? Okay, so what is this? Something moved. Oh wait, wait a second. Some kind of sensor? Light sensor? Yes. Is that the shutter speed and f-style? Nah, I can't because this is completely blocking. I don't know, this is some kind of thing. But it works. And I'm gonna reverse image search this and who knows, maybe make a separate listing. Who knows if this is like 1 in 5, $18 million kind of thing. I doubt it though, but it looks cool. Sweet. What else? And I think the last thing is this. I might take this up. Timer. Oops. Oh wait, no, it's just waiting. It's gonna wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me just. Fuck. I'll break anything here. Let me just put it to 1 minute. Working. It's moving a little bit. All right, so it works, but wait another minute. I guess wait. Now while we're doing that, I can just do this. Sure. This is. I think this is the. Yeah. Attaches to This is something related to the enlarger. Chicago. Okay, that's actually it. So these are related to tripods, which is probably gonna be a separate video because I'm gonna put them on the floor over here. Anything else? Yeah, the last things are I got a whole bunch of other trays and some sponges. So that's there. What's this? This is well, it obviously works, but I'm not sure exactly I'm doing anything right there. Okay. And that's, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll look that up later. This might be with the tripod. Is this part of the enlargers? This is photographic equipment, modern buildings. Oh, this goes with this. Okay, so is this could be part of the enlarger. This box is like falling apart. Fragile makers mounting equipment for cameras and other instruments. Yeah, so yeah, I'll probably include this with all this. And that's it. That's see, I'm just looking around behind me here. Yeah, there's just tripods and lights is a separate video. So yeah, that's it. That's all the stuff related to dark room and I guess this is like a Rapido printing thing. So yeah, this is my grandfather's darkroom equipment. Oh, I didn't plug this in. Remembered. I'll make a separate video and edit this in. Oh, let me plug this in here. Let me plug this in first. Let's see what's going on with this. And I think I have to connect this to something power out. Oh, okay, wait. I just gotta find something again. I'll just do this. No, this is crazy. I don't know if I should. Hold on. Turn this on real quick. Turn this off. Oh no, wait, turn this off. Okay, that's off. And now I'm gonna plug this in. And I'm gonna stand back. There's a fire extinguisher pretty close somewhere. But I doubt it's gonna break because I've been testing a lot of this stuff. Okay, yeah, so that works. Wait. And plug it from here. Okay. On glass in here. What is this? Simon Omega variable condenser for 2-inch 6 3/8 and larger lenses. I mean, USA by Simon Brothers, Long Island City. So this is okay. So Oh, yeah, this looks pretty dangerous. I'm still gonna test it out, but okay. All right. Okay, it works. Ooh, yeah, that's right. So that is probably part of the enlarger. Just a way. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm gonna do it again. Reverse image search on a lot of these. Maybe make definitely make separate listing for some of these. Individually, definitely this Rapido printer. But this is a video that includes everything here and maybe even more. I can't think of. Maybe even the lights. If anybody's interested in just collecting some of this stuff for price, or I guess if in the coming months and weeks nobody's really interested in this, I might just give it away to somebody who knows what they're doing with it, or a collector. So thank you for watching. It's 41 minutes. Wow. And thank you for being this patient, taking a look at this stuff. Hopefully the video came out pretty good. I think it did. It looks pretty good. All right. Thanks again.